I think now we are on YouTube. आने वाला पल जाने वाला है, आने वाला पल जाने वाला है, हो सके तो इसमें जिंदगी बिता दो, पल जो ये जाने वाला है. Well, this happy number reminds us to live in the moment, not in past, not in future. This song makes us rethink to value time. It reminds us that life is a journey, not a destination. So enjoy the ride in every phase. With this beautiful note, I, Himani Singh, President of Weave to Lead Toastmasters Club, warmly welcome you all to 68th meeting of our club. So to begin with, I have few announcements to make. Toastmaster Arunima has been appointed as our club secretary. So welcome Arunima to our EC panel, though I think she's not there. So huge round of applause for her. Now, for our new fellow members, we are going to have a brief session on Pathways, which is an education curriculum on Toastmasters. So date and timings of the session would be communicated in the coming days. And now it's time. I can see only one guest today, but we can have one little icebreaker session. So let's start with Bhavesh. Bhavesh has joined us earlier as timer. Hi, Bhavesh. Welcome back. Could you please unmute yourself? All right, so I think he is. So let's have a small icebreaker session because we have not so many guests today and we have less of participants. So let's have, since our in line with our Bollywood theme, so let's have one icebreaker on what is our favorite Bollywood dialogue. So let me start with myself. मैं अपनी favorite हूँ. Now you need to guess from which movie it is.
Jab we met.
Jab we met. Superb. Okay, so let's start with Toastmaster Suraj. What is your favorite Bollywood dialogue?
There is a dialogue of a movie that is Gangs of Wasseypur. Sabka badla lega रे तेरा फेजल. That's a dialogue.
Okay. So Suraj, just wait. So you need to speak the dialogue with the same tone and with the same pitch. All right. So Toastmaster Suraj, over to you.
सबका बदला लेगा रे तेरा फेजल, माँ का, भाई का, बहन का. Yeah, that's the dialogue.
Okay, so does anybody know from which movie
that
it
movie
is?
Gangs of Wasseypur.
All right. Okay, it's very famous movie.
Yeah.
Okay, superb, Suraj. Now we can move to Toastmaster Seema. I think she has some issues. We can move to Toastmaster Adesh.
हारकर भी जीतने वाले को बाजीगर कहते हैं.
Oh, very good. Superb. I think everybody knows from which movie it is. Bazigar. All right. Next, we have a Toastmaster Ritesh. Ritesh, can you please repeat?
एक बार जो मैंने कमिटमेंट कर दी तो फिर मैं अपने आप से बोलूंगा.
Oh my God, fan of Salman Khan we have. Superb. No.
Not fan, but yeah, I like the dialogue.
Superb, Ritesh. Toastmaster Priyanka.
एक चुटकी सिंदूर की कीमत तुम क्या जानो रमेश बाबू.
Amazing, Priyanka. Hats off to you. So you need to do complete sing. You can try if you want to.
Let me try. एक चुटकी सिंदूर की कीमत तुम क्या जानो रमेश बाबू.
Amazing Toastmaster Priyanka. Thank you for trying again. We can move to Toastmaster Manan.
Yeah, so my favorite dialogue is something that I wrote in our poster agenda as well. That Babu Moshaye, Zindagi lambi nahi badi honi chahiye.
Oh, superb. It has a great significance, no doubt. Thank you, Manan. Now we can move to Toastmaster Mohit.
Hello, I would say my favorite dialogue is Puspa, I hate tears.
Superb. I think we all can unmute yourself here. No problem in that.
Yeah, it was good one.
Toastmaster Rajesh.
Okay,
The
my
cat lover.
favorite, yeah, my favorite dialogue is first I would like to ask you, have you seen that movie, Terminator Dark Fate? Okay,
Terminator.
Dark Fate,
So,
yeah.
well, our
Yes.
theme is Bollywood based, so it should be Bollywood, okay?
Yeah, Bollywood.
Okay, but my favorite dialogue is from that movie. Okay,
Okay, no doubt.
okay. In that, like, I know you are scared, but I am here to protect you. Yeah.
I know you are scared.
But I am here to protect you.
Great. Okay. But in the middle of the session, think of some Bollywood dialogue. Okay, Rajesh?
okay.
We'll get back to you. Toastmaster Veena.
I like the dialogue of Anand picture where Rajesh Khanna says he pets on Johnny Walker's shoulder and he says, "अरे मुरारी लाल भूल गया क्या मुझे?" तो कहता नहीं मैं मुरारी लाल नहीं हूँ. अरे मुरारी लाल तो इतनी जल्दी भूल गया. और फिर उसके बाद उसको डायलॉग है कि ये जिंदगी ऊपर वाले के हाथ में है. ये मतलब कठपुतली के समान है, वो हमारी डोरी कब खींच ले कुछ पता नहीं. ऐसे करके और बहुत अच्छी पिक्चर है. आई लव दिस.
Yes, ma'am. I have watched that movie. Thank you. Toastmaster Bhavesh. Hi. Welcome to
Hi.
the club.
Apologies for actually earlier. I could hear your voice, but
Yes, can
you
you
could hear
please
my
be a bit
voice.
loud? Little loud.
You could hear my voice, right? Now you could hear my voice.
Mhm. So basically, you
Alright.
need to tell us your favorite dialogue from Bollywood.
So I am a Shah Rukh Khan fan. So the dialogue is इतनी शिद्दत से मैंने तुम्हें पाने की कोशिश की है कि हर जर्रे ने मुझे तुमसे मिटाने की साजिश की है.
Super.
Wow, wow,
Toastmaster Bhavesh. Wow. All right. I think we had a good session now. So, well, today's agenda is extremely special. Why? Because 3 Toastmasters are making debut today. As Toastmaster Mohit as grammarian, Toastmaster Suraj as TTM, Toastmaster Adesh as evaluator. So, our best wishes to all of you. Break a leg.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you. Now it's time to invite our Toastmaster of the evening, who has brought exhilarating theme, the theme which is part and parcel of every Indian's daily life, the theme which is in the hearts of every Indian, and it is none other than our very own Bollywood. So for that, we have our very own Toastmaster who has shown tremendous transformation in his Toastmasters journey. So currently serving as VPPR. So calling upon stage with thunderous round of applause, Toastmaster Manan.
Well, thank you so much, our president and ever smiling, energizing, and scintillating TM Himani. Thank you so much for handing over the stage to me. And just to take this energy from you and spreading it all over again, I welcome you all to the 68th meeting of the Weep to Lead Club. So as we are having discussion about Bollywood, and as you all said, your favorite dialogues from different Bollywood movies, I'm assuming that we all love movies, the people who are here in the club. Raise your hand if you guys love watching movies and they are like the good part of your daily routine. Okay, fantastic. So, talking about movies, let's just discuss about the movies which had really impacted us in some way or the other. Can you think of any movie like you watched something and it actually made you think about something? You took a moment to think about certain things. Any raise of hands who would like to share their thoughts?
I can start. Yeah, Toastmaster Seema, please go ahead. I think it's a favorite. Her favorite dialogue is also left, so you can.
Yeah, please say your first favorite dialogue and then tell us
I would
about.
just speak this only. If you don't run fast, you would be like a broken anda.
Three Idiots. Okay, so Toastmaster Seema, like which movie really had some impact on you? Can you think
I
of any
think
movie?
few dialects. I am away from movie 4.5 years. I have not watched movie since I started my social venture. No
Okay,
movies.
okay. Yeah, please continue.
So I myself has become a movie now.
That's the sign of having a good legendary life. Like if you feel like you are in a movie. Toastmaster Adesh, uh, can you tell us like did any movie had like some impact on you? After that, after your answer, I'm gonna tell about mine.
So my movie which had an impact was a very long ago. I watched this movie Tare Zameen Par.
Mm-hmm.
So that movie was really inspiring for me, actually. And as such, there is one child who is suffering from dyslexia, and he struggles with school. So I'm an educator myself, and I think every day we see people who are taking sciences with that disease. So that had a very moral impact on me, and that is one movie which has always been with me. I've watched it 2 3 times now, but yes, that was the movie which is Bollywood movie which I like.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. So for the first time when I watched Tare Zameen Par, the end credit scene actually left me numb for like 10 minutes. It took me like 5 10 minutes to just come out of that emotion, right? So I totally agree with you. If I talk about myself, I think one movie that really is among the top of the list that actually had some impact on me was Koi Mil Gaya. Okay, so it was like new age cinema, science fiction, and I was just blown away when I saw that movie in theaters. One of the reasons why that movie really made an emotional impact on me, because since I'm a science nerd, I say it like almost in every meeting, right? So it was like something that it just ignited some curiosity for me to look for things which are beyond us. So after that, I actually started watching a lot of documentaries about, life in space, what are the space missions that we are launching, what NASA is doing, what data we have collected. So that movie actually made me more nerd than I already was. So it was one of the movies that had like huge impact on me. Anybody else who wants to share their experience? Okay, TM Himani.
Uh, Basically, I want to share that you should conduct a team-out session on UFOs. That's what I wanted to say to you.
Oh, ठीक है. Oh,
Anyways,
definitely. I would love to do it. Like, I've got a
yeah.
lot to say.
So we love to have that session. On the base, so there are many movies which impacted our lives actually. But the one movie that I really like the most, and which is, I mean, it really impacted me. It is Chak De India. I really, it really connects me. I don't know. Shah Rukh Khan as a leader, as a coach, he was perfect. He was perfect. The resilience, whatever it is shown, the determination is shown. It was tremendous. It was phenomenal in that movie. He actually coaches the undivided girls okay, who do not know like how to work in a team. So it was a very inspirational movie for me.
Yes,
And
definitely.
there are
And
many leadership lessons that we can take from that movie. So yeah, it's very close to my heart.
yes, definitely. I totally agree with you. That is, and every time, when India wins any sort of match, the Chak De India song has become like a anthem for India's win abroad. So whenever they are getting a trophy home, we are listening Chak De India song at every news channel. So I can totally relate to this thing. So with all this movie discussion and vibe, I feel that we all are passionate movie lovers. And why do movies have such an impact on us? Because it's a culmination of every form of art. Right. If you see, it has got fashion involved, it has got photography involved, it has got storytelling involved, it has got theatrics involved, it has got music involved. So every sort of art form comes together, then we have a beautiful movie going experience. So there are like a lot of things going on behind the camera, which turns out into this splendid storytelling on screen. We're going to talk more about movies throughout our session, throughout the day. But for me, let me introduce you all to the general structure of the meeting. We all are familiar with it. First, this is for the benefits of the guests. So the meeting is divided into three sections. The first section is called the prepared speeches section, where the speakers who have prepared their speeches in advance are going to come to the stage and deliver their speeches in front of the audience. Then we have our tables topic section where the impromptu speech topics would be given to everybody who's participating, and they're gonna speak about that topic for a particular time limit. And this is one of the most favorite section of mine. And one of the greatest advantages of this session is that it actually helps you to think on your toes, and guests can also participate. So I would request all the guests to be part of this session very enthusiastically. It is gonna help you push your limits. Now, after that, in the end, we're gonna have our general evaluation section where our general evaluator of the day would come and tell us about what we did good and what are the areas where we can improve ourselves in the next meeting. So without the much ado, I want to invite the general evaluator for today on stage and tell us about her role and introduce us to the tag team. So, General Evaluator, please come onto the stage. The stage is all yours.
एक बार मैंने जो कमिटमेंट कर ली तो मैं खुद की भी नहीं सुनती. If I committed anything, then I never listen myself. This is a most famous dialogue which we watched in many movies, and I love this dialogue. It impacts me actually. So let's talk about general evaluation. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and friends. Even a worthwhile speech need the evaluation to determine whether is there any distraction which make that distract from the best goal. So today I will help you in this endeavor by evaluating the whole of meeting. So I will be the general evaluator of today's meeting. I will evaluate each nook and corner of the meeting, what's good and bad in the meeting. To assist me here is the tag team, timer TM Veena Bansal, our counter TM Ritesh Agrawal, and our debutant grammarian TM Mohit. So timer, please brief about your role. TM Veena ma'am. I think she's not connected.
I think there is some issue.
Yeah. So our counter, TM Ritesh, please brief about your role.
Yes. Thank you, General Evaluator Priyanka, for the and yes. Don't underestimate the power of a common man. We all know the movie from which it is created. It's a no express. Likewise, don't underestimate
I
the
think there
power
is
of
some issue.
Hello. Yeah, I'm audible.
There's a background noise, Ritesh.
Okay. Just give me a time.
Priyanka, you can start with grammarian.
Yeah. Grammarian, debutant grammarian, TM Mohit, please give the brief about your role.
Thank you, General Ueta. Good evening, everyone. Fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully to their language uses. I'll take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word is browbeat, which means intimidate someone. An example of using the word is, are we going to allow ourselves to be browbeaten? Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give my grammarian report when called upon during the meeting and also report on the usage of word of the day. Back to you, General Event.
Thank you, TM Mohit, for your brief introduction. Now, TM Ritesh, please brief about your role.
Yeah, now am I audible?
Yes,
Or
you
is
are
it?
very much audible.
Yeah, thank you. So I was going like, don't underestimate the power of a common man. We all know the famous movie Chennai Express. So likewise, don't underestimate the power of the filler words. These are very much not powerful, but yes, if we use those filler words, then our speech will not be much power. So I'll be evaluating at the R counter, in which I'll be making the note of the filler words like o, like, and the repeating words, basically filler words. So all the best to all of you. Minimize the use of our words and rock this speech. Back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, TM Ritesh, for wonderful introduction. It's time to call upon the stage our timer, TM Veena. Please brief about your role.
Hello,
Yeah, you are audible now.
I am Toastmaster Tina. Today I am going to play the role of a timer. The timer's role is to see that all the speakers remain within the time limits, and I'll be showing the different color cards: red, green, yellow, and red. Uh, for the prepared speeches, we have the time of 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I'll be showing green card. At 6 minutes, I'll be showing yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I'll be showing red card. And it will remain till the speaker is speaking. Then for the evaluator, the time limit is 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll show green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I'll show yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I'll show red card, and it will remain till the speaker is speaking. And for the table topic speaker, the time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. Minimum time is 1 minute. At 1 minute, I'll show green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I'll show yellow card. And at 2 minutes, and I'll show red card. And it will remain till the speaker is speaking. So please be alert. Try to be within these time limits so that you are not disqualified. Best of luck for all of you. If you remain alert and check your speaking, then automatically you can be the winner also. Thank you. Over to GE Priyanka.
Thank you, Timer, for presenting a brief about your role. Now it's time to hand over the stage to our team mod, but still stay tuned and enjoy the session on Bollywood 3. I'll be back with my report at the end of the meeting. Over to you, team mod.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator and TAC team members, for telling us about your roles and keeping a watch on us while we are on stage. So now talking about movies, does anybody know what was the first Indian movies? Like what was the name of first Indian movie ever made? And when it was made? Okay, we have a raise of hand. Toastmaster Chris. I hope
Yes.
nobody Googled this one.
I guess it was Alam Ara.
Alam Ara has got its own record, but that's not the first movie that we produced. TM Yuan.
Can I try? Well, it was Alamara in my view, but I think then it can be Raja Harishchandra.
Bingo.
Something.
Yes.
Am I close?
And you are absolutely, we have hit the bullseye. So the first ever movie that was made in India was actually a silent movie by the name of Raja Harishchandra. That was actually the first full-length feature. Initially, before that, they were like, the movie making started, but we were producing small videos, like, 1 minute video, 2 minute movie, 3 minute movie, right? But Raja Harishchandra was the first full-length movie that we guys produced, and it was released in 1923, if I'm not wrong. And that movie was actually made by Mr. Dada Sahab Phalke. So he is called as the father of Indian cinema because he brought all that technology from the West to the India to produce or adapt the local legends or the stories and presented us in the form of movies as we know them. And then we eventually evolved into the movies that we see today. The Alamara that we are talking about was actually the first movie with dialogues where actors could actually speak and the sound could be heard. Before that, it was all silent black and white movie and cinema. Right. I hope I'm giving you some interesting facts about the movies and you guys are enjoying this session. Can I have the raise of hand? Okay, perfect. So talking about this movies and their magic, in the next section, okay, so let me give you some thoughts about what we're gonna do in the next section. We're gonna talk about the science behind movies. Hold this thought in your head while we venture into our first section of today, that is the prepared speeches section. And for that, I want to request the first evaluator to come on stage and tell us about the speech objectives of the first speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manan. So before that, can we have a group picture, please? Can we have everyone on camera? Toastmaster Seema. Toastmaster Arunima. Hi. Hi, Shilpa. Hello, welcome. Toastmaster Seema, can you please come on camera? We are taking a picture. Okay, so what gesture you want us to make, Toastmaster Manan?
Okay.
Something related to Bollywood.
Okay, something related to Bollywood. Okay. I think can we all do that Pushpa thing that TM Suraj was suggesting last week, but we could not do.
Okay. But you have to demonstrate because I don't know.
Okay. So you have to take your
Okay,
hand.
Arunima is doing good.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just. Thank you, everyone. Let me just share it. All right. So today I'll be evaluating speech of Toastmaster Rajesh. So Toastmaster Rajesh pathway name is presentation mastery. He is at level 1 and project 2. Today he is the purpose of his speech is to demonstrate that he has applied the feedback received from his first speech. So I have received the feedback from his first speech, so I'll be seeing that whether he has applied in his second speech or not. So all the very best, Toastmaster Rajesh.
Well, with applauding hands, let me call upon the stage somebody who was among the winners for previous meetings and somebody whose progress graph and learning graph is very amazing to look at, and it is very inspiring for all of us. And every time that person comes on stage, he always spreads smiles. So with great applause, I want to welcome speaker 1, TM Rajesh Kumar. TM Rajesh Kumar, the stage is all yours.
Okay. After sacrifices in life, if life is going all right with moral values, then also sacrifices should be remain forever. Let me explain the meaning of this quote. After doing some sacrifices related towards our past addiction or activity, if life is going all right with moral values, then also sacrifices should be remain forever. Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, my topic name is sacrifices towards addiction. Suppose we want to become productive in our life and we have to leave some kind of time wasting activities or addiction through which we can become productive. For example, using of social media, playing video games, eating fast food, etc. etc. There can be a lots of addiction. Actually, I have divided sacrifices towards addiction into two parts for better understanding. First one is permanent sacrifices. Permanent sacrifices is said to be when we leave addiction or activity permanently. It's called permanent sacrifices. Temporary sacrifices is said to be when we leave addiction or activity temporarily, means shorter period of time. It's said to be temporary sacrifices. Now, I would like to ask you, which kind of sacrifice you can do in your life, like according to your opinion. First one is temporary sacrifice. Second one is first one is temporary sacrifice. Second one is permanent sacrifices. You can please write in your chat box. Yeah, like first one is temporary sacrifice and second one is permanent sacrifice. Okay. Eating sweets. Okay. Thank you for sharing your views. Like many people, they are going towards temporary sacrifices. Okay, so yeah, I think this topic is very important for all of us to understand, like what kind of sacrifices we can do to become productive. After that, and what kind of problems we can face after sacrifices, will we face any kind of problem or not? And suppose suppose we have addiction of using social media and fast food. We all know that using of social media is not good for our time because it wastes our energy as well. And we also know that eating of junk food is also bad for our health. If I talk about my addiction, earlier I used to play lots of video games. And I have wasted my many years of playing video games like Call of Duty, Prince of Persia, GTA series, Free Fire, PUBG, and etc. etc. Actually, I love to play Free Fire game when I was a kid, and I had lots of friends that time, and I thought like I will. And one day I thought that I will going to remove this kind of addiction, my game addiction, permanently, and I did. Now I haven't played a video game, I think from last 2 to 3 years, and I think now it's fine. And nowadays I'm using my time for my productiveness. And if I talk about like problems, like what kind of problems we can face after leaving our addiction permanently. Like when I had left my addiction of playing video games, earlier I was little sad because I had been playing games from last many years, and um, and social media as well, like, and like and now I would like to suggest like what kind of corrective action like we can do instead of like doing a permanent sacrifice. Like instead of breaking our promise from ourselves, like we can go for temporary sacrifices as compared to permanent sacrifices. But personally, I do believe in permanent sacrifices because, like after some year, we can see productiveness in ourselves. Like if we do temporary sacrifices, like after some period of time, like we can do that kind of our addiction, and again we engage on that thing. And now I would like to give like advantage of permanent sacrifices. Like as we know that by doing permanent sacrifices, definitely we will going to become good as compared to our like past. And the disadvantage of permanent sacrifices, like in earlier, maybe we can face some kind of problem, like maybe like we become like sad, depression, solitude, that one, or you like we can feel unhappy, boredom as well. So at last, I would like to give my conclusion of my speech. Like as we are an individual person, so we have our own life and our own choice, and we based on what kind of sacrifices, permanently or temporary. Finally, by doing this kind of sacrifices, changes will come in ourselves, and we will become productive. Whether the sacrifices is temporary and permanent, like we should go for some kind of sacrifices to become for ourselves, to become productivity. And at last, I would like to give, I would like to say one quote that is in Hindi quote, like "जब तक तोड़ेंगे नहीं, तब तक छोड़ेंगे नहीं." And this quote is from Banji movie, and this quote is given by Sir Nawazuddin. So over to you, Timot.
Well, thank you so much, TM Rajesh. Well, we all do have our own battles with the different types of addiction that we face in our lives. Personally, I have addiction to tweets, and you can say mobiles as well, right? And I have like some amount of addiction of being online, right? So a lot of time I spend online. I'm living a lot of really less offline life. But thank you so much for this inciting speech. Now, coming back to our theme of the day, the movies. So as I said that we're going to talk about the science behind how movies are made. So actually, initially, there was no plan of any scientist or any creative artist in the world to actually create a medium of art called as movies. It actually happened by accident. Okay, so now the brief history about it is that when initially the photography camera was invented, people started actually taking a lot of photographs. Okay, so they used to click pictures just to keep the record of things as memory. So by incident, what happened that one of the scientists, he wanted to actually capture the race of horses in a stadium. So what he did was he wanted to actually capture the race from every different angle. So what he did was he actually implemented 12 cameras in a row just to see the horses running and just to take every moment of winning of that particular horse. So when the horses went past all of those cameras, the picture kept clicking, clicking, clicking. And when he saw all of these photographs together on the screen, he actually felt like there is a sequential motion into the images. As you all must have experienced while you have seen the flip books, as we say. So when we turn the pages of flip books on at a speed, we feel like there is a motion happening which are in fact the still images which are drawn on different pages. So when he observed that, he thought maybe if we do it at a much faster speed, we can get better results, right? So next time what he did was he actually clicked 24 images of a particular object while it was moving, right? And when these 24 images were played at a stretch, it actually created the motion, the illusion of motion, right? Illusion of moving pictures. That is how the word movies came into the existence, right? Moving pictures, later known to be as the movies as we see them today. So, with that thought, I want to call upon the second speaker of the day. But before that, let me call upon her evaluator first onto the stage. So I would request evaluator 2 to please come on stage and tell us about the speech objectives of the speaker 2 for today.
Excuse me, please. Excuse me, Manan, I want to say something.
Yeah.
Manan, my timer is not working. So please manage that. Manage some other timer.
Okay.
I'm not able to do it. It's lost somewhere. I can't do it.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Veena. I'll take care of the time. And yeah, please,
Yes.
evaluator 2, please come onto the stage and tell us about the speech objective of speaker 2.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manan. So I will be evaluating Toastmaster Seema's speech today. So the main purpose of the speech is understanding your communication style. That is the name of the project. There are two purposes for it. First, the member should know his or her primary style and should also tell the other members what are the different communicating styles through her impact statement. So the main purpose of this project would be to deliver a speech which is impactful, and also how her communicating style will impact other speakers. That's all.
Thank you so much, TM Adesh, for telling the speech objectives of Toastmaster Seema. There is an update. Toastmaster Ritesh will be taking care of the timing for us today. Okay. So with joint hands and thunderous applause, I want to call upon the stage the entrepreneur, boss lady, woman empowerment, like she's embodying the woman empowerment. Please welcome Toastmaster Seema onto the stage.
Thank you so much, Manan. And thank you, evaluator. Good evening, friends and fellow Toastmasters. Once again, I'm happy to share with you all about women entrepreneurs' role, challenges, and their journey. Did you know that 14% of the women in totality constitute of India's total entrepreneurship in India as per the economic census released by central government? Being an entrepreneur is not an easy task. It's not a cup of tea for everyone, isn't it? It shouldn't be either, because there is sheer hard work. There are no free rides. Yes, there are rides, but they are roller coaster rides, which is not for everyone. Being a woman entrepreneur is all the more challenging because she has to perform, given the situation, she has to perform multiple tasks as compared to women folks. How many of women folks here agree with this? You have 10 seconds to answer. Men folks, do you agree with this? Great. Wonderful. So I'm happy that they're coming up with this. Starting a business is certainly not easy for anyone. According to Women's Global Entrepreneurship Study, which was conducted in USA, UK, and India, and was commissioned by Dell, it was found during the analysis that the country which is reasonably good for starting a business for women. Guess which is that? None other than India, because it has easy access to information, knowledge available for women, and the easy system which are taking place. So it is really challenging, yet it is good for the woman to take up the entrepreneurship. I'm sure, friends, you must have observed lately that these days, women who are starting the business, they not only come from the established business, they neither come from very affluential families, but every state of society, women in every state of society, they're coming up with business. Well, I am the live example. I come from a middle class family. I not only wanted to be a woman entrepreneur, but I wanted to be a social entrepreneur. Being a social entrepreneur, it involves more challenges because you don't want to be an entrepreneur for yourself. You want to do something for the society, need to create a more impact, and an impact which is going to be lifelong. You want to leave a legacy for the future generations to come up and live to the expectations. Every generation, there will be a new need. So wanted to leave a legacy, hence started the Bridge India, a social consulting firm, which is acting as a catalyst between NGOs, corporates, and the government. So this is how it was started. There are many challenges faced by women entrepreneurs. First, they need to look after their families. The family will comprise of the children, their husband, their in-laws, and everybody will have their unique needs. And she needs to address the needs of each and every one. Now coming to the bucket of their professional, their entrepreneurship, in the business, not only her time is needed, it's only the funds are also required. This baby, when you see a newborn baby, when the newborn baby is feeling hungry, he or she is going to cry and mother is going to give her, feed her. But what about this new baby, the new entrepreneur this woman has started? She's not going to cry. She needs to understand the growing need of the business. The business which she has started with passion, dedication. She needs to look after both the needs. Not as easy task, friends. But it is the passion which speaks about. It is a dedication which is speaking out. She needs to manage this. So, social entrepreneur is again a task, a challenge for the woman entrepreneur, which though she started from a free will, but her constant support, her constant need at both ends needs to be taken care of. What happens? Being a woman entrepreneur, I'm sure we have many women in our club, and we want to give our best in every field, whether it's a home or a business. We want to be a perfectionist. And in order to be a perfectionist, who suffers? It's only the woman entrepreneur. She thinks, I am the last one. Let me take care of the needs of everyone. So she's the one who's actually taking care of everyone and not able to take care of herself. But now when I take my example, I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and by 10, I try to wind up everything. I feel it is as if I'm spinning. But at the end of the day, I'm satisfied that I have contributed something for the family and something for the social cause. Friends, it is not an easy task for me to take you to the journey, role, and challenges of women entrepreneur within 5 to 7 minutes. I hope I have given you an overview of the challenges of the woman entrepreneur. Thank you so much, friends, for patiently listening to me. Thank you. Over to you, Timon.
Well, a big round of applause for Toastmasters Seema for this such empowering speech. And you guys can throw your feedback into the chat box and tell Toastmasters Seema what you think about how she spoke about and anything that you want to tell her. So personally, I feel the things that you have said on stage are perfectly true. As a woman who is handling multiple things, who is juggling between multiple roles throughout the day, it is very difficult to be an entrepreneur, but with women like you and many other, we all are, I think, having a lot of living examples to aspire for. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Seema, for telling us what you said today. So coming back to our discussion on movies. So let me give you guys a question, and I want three people to answer that question. Okay. So if you guys are given a chance to get cast in a movie, you would like to get yourself casted as which character and why? You have 15 seconds to think. Okay, but I need three people to answer this question.
Can you please repeat the question again? I'm so sorry.
Okay, so the question is, if you're given a chance to cast yourself in one of the movies, so you would get yourself casted in which movie and why? Okay, I think we have a raise of hand, Toastmaster Arunima.
Good evening, Toastmasters. If I would get an option, I would love to be casted in Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara because I would love to go on that trip with my friends.
Definitely. I think it's a very, very good choice. Yeah. That movie is like something else, you know, going on a fancy road trip in Europe.
Yes.
With your
With my
friends,
school friends.
without thinking about life and just being yourself. Good choice. Any other person? Okay, so we have Toastmaster Suraj.
If I get the chance, then definitely I will be playing the role of Ranchor Das of Three Idiots. Yeah, because whenever I watch that movie, like I remember my college days. So that would be my role in that movie. Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, so you are like Ranchodas at the back of your spirit.
Yeah.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, so we have, I think, Toastmaster Priyanka wants to tell us how she want to get casted.
I want to be casted as a Cinderella because since my childhood, I always fascinated about the Cinderella story, and I always wanted that some prince will come and he will pick me on the horse and everything.
That's so nice. I think we all love Disney movies that used to come on Disney Hours and like DD National, DD Metro actually. Right. So I was also pretty impressed by what Disney has created. Okay, Toastmaster Ritesh. Toastmaster Ritesh, I think you're on mute. We can't hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, I was on the. So if I get a chance for the casting in a movie, I'll go for the Mr. India part, which has a watch, and then just by clicking on it, and we just vanish. So that I really like the part. So whenever we have any good thing, we just vanish and we can go anywhere.
Okay. Follow-up question. What do you do if you get that watch and become vanished for a day?
I'll I'll just go at mountains or at beaches. So anywhere I can go with that.
But you can go to the mountain and beaches without being disappeared.
Yeah, but now I am not having the leaves much in my office, so I'll just vanish for a day.
Okay. You won't have to pay for the plane tickets. You can just be invisible and go to the place that you want to go. Okay, perfect. So now I think if you ask me what I want to be casted as, I think I would like myself to be casted as Rohit in Kahona Pyar Hai. Because that guy was like ultimate, right? So that guy was like charming, he could dance, he could do double role. And I don't know, like when Ritik came onto the screen for the first time, I was actually like really small kid. When I watched that movie, I was blown away. I was like, wow. And from that day, I think I became the fan of Hrithik Roshan and still am. So yeah, if I ever get a chance to be casted as somebody, that has to be, you know, as Hrithik Roshan's role in Kaho Na Pyar Hai. So I think with this, we'll keep our discussion on hold, and I would be handing over the stage to the table topics master for today, who is none other than our debutant, TM Suraj. So all the best, Suraj, and take over the stage and rock it. Over to you.
Thank you, Manan, and thank you, Imani. I look like a sweet and innocent type of a guy, but in reality, I'm a rascal. Good evening, dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. I will be playing the role of table topic master today. I love Bollywood. It makes us laugh, cry, and scare. Right? Basically, it's our emotion, and I guess everybody likes, everybody loves watching Bollywood movies, isn't it? So, so table topic thing is today is Bollywood, and member and guests will have opportunities to participate their impromptu speaking, and I will introduce a table topic and call on speakers who will speak on subjects. Right? There is time limit to 1 minute. I will raise a green card. 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise yellow card. In 2 minutes, I will raise red card. After that, if time extends, then the speakers will be disqualified. Right? So let's start the session. So are you guys excited? Okay. So let's start the. So guys, who want to be first speaker? Yeah. If anybody voluntarily wants to come. Hello?
Toastmaster Suraj, first unshare the screen. Okay, you can speak up the topics. Okay, because right now people are seeing it.
Okay. So basically, already I have told you the topic for table topic master is Bollywood, right? So the first table topic as question is like
Toastmaster Suraj, first you ask that who would like to volunteer, and then you go ahead with the topic.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So anybody like to who wants voluntarily to be part of the speaker, and yeah, okay. So let me start by myself. So I want that the team Adis came on the stage and give him a table topic.
Toastmaster Suraj, what you can do? I think Toastmaster Priyanka, Rajesh, and
Yes,
Bhavesh,
I
they have
think
raised their hands
they raised their hands first. I was also
first.
thinking the same
Okay, okay,
thing.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so go ahead with Toastmaster Priyanka or
Priyanka.
Bhavesh or Rajesh, anyone.
Okay, okay. So Priyanka, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So your table topic is you have to translate this song into English. That's your table topic.
We will not broker friendship if we laugh.
Excuse me, General Evaluator Priyanka. I just want to say that this is not legal in Toastmasters to translate table topics. So you have to give a table topic of 1 to 2 minutes. Otherwise, this type of translations in Toastmasters is not allowed. So that's why I'm just saying that if this table topic goes against the rules which I've known for Toastmasters for many years, so translations of table topics are not allowed, and Hindi table topics are also not allowed. So yeah, so I'm just saying that it is just for an information to everybody. It is not a criticism or anything, but Hindi table topics are never allowed in Toastmasters. It is an English firm, so we have to keep it to English only.
Yeah, so
That's
okay,
why.
okay,
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
yeah. So that is just a simple tip that if it is from the next time, everybody should adhere to it.
I think, yes, I agree with Toastmaster Rajesh. Sorry, Adesh. So I think we can go ahead with English table topics only.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely right. Okay, so let's change the topic here. Just wait a second.
Yeah. So in the meantime,
So
I
yeah,
think we can.
okay. So
Do you have
Priyanka,
the table topic ready,
yeah,
Toastmaster Suraj?
actually I have ready. Yeah, Priyanka, your topic is like you are hosting a award show.
This is the time to the most awaited event of the month. And I, Priyanka, congratulate to each and everyone of the meeting and of our event to be the winner of today. So, first of all, I would like to call upon the stage our first winner, who is none other than PM Manan, for presenting his role, delivering his role very fabulously as a Toastmaster of the Day for today's meeting. Congratulate Timot Manan. Now, this is the time for inviting a person who is a energy, just a strength for our club. None other than our president, TM Himani Singh. She is presenting his presidential membership role for our club, and I feel she is doing a great job and inviting the members so cheerfully, and I love the way she do the act. And I am congratulating all the debutant role players of today's meeting, like TM Adesh, TM Suraj, and TM Mohit. And I love the theme of today's meeting, that is Bollywood theme, and each one is rocking today. So over to you, TTM.
Thank you, Priyanka. You did very well. So our next table topic is Is anybody saying something? So for this table topic, I need two TMs. So that topic is coffee with Karan. So I think coffee with something. Yeah. So I invite TM Bhavesh and TM Rajesh. The topic is coffee with Karan. So you can say coffee with Bhavesh or coffee with Rajesh. Whatever your choice.
Okay, will we have to share share coffee, like what we have to do? Okay.
There is so coffee with Karan.
Okay, Bhavesh.
Rajesh, I could be the host.
Okay,
right?
okay.
It could be the
I
coffee
think it
with
should be
Bhavesh.
coffee with Suraj then, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so your time starts.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all of you. You're watching Coffee with Bhavesh. And today's guest is someone who is a renowned Toastmasters in WLTC group. And he's someone who leaves no bones unturned when it comes to giving speeches and participating in table topics. Please help me in welcoming my guest for the show tonight, Mr. Rajesh Kumar. A big round of applause for Mr. Rajesh Kumar.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Bhavesh, for inviting me. Okay, so I would like to share my first invention, that is a electric car. So you can see this is an electric car, and in this car, like the range is I think range is 400 kilometer per charge, and like if you, it will take only 6 hours to for full charge, and after that you can roam here and there for 400 kilometer. So the price of this car will be around 14 to 16 lakh. So I think like nowadays the price of petrol and diesel is increasing day by day. So now we can shift towards this petrol car, and the build quality of this car is very awesome. And this the
Now
design
you
of
are
this car, the design of this car
now
is also very good. So
now you are actually kind of sharing your professional achievements. But while you are sipping that cup of coffee with me, it is all about gossip. I would like to know something uh, which is happening in your personal life. Spill some gossip, Rajesh. Make it
okay,
interesting.
okay. So in my life, my life is not like going well, because nowadays I'm thinking that like which kind of course should I do in future. For example, like I have completed my graduation in BTech mechanical, and I'm thinking that like which kind of course I should do, like MTech or MBA. I'm very much confused in that. And yeah, would you like to ask another question, Bhavish?
So actually, we are kind of running out of time over here. That's it from our show, and that's it from our side. Over to you, Table Topic Master. Thank you so much. Suraj, you are on mute.
Okay,
Suraj,
so
you are.
okay. So like TM Bhavesh and TM Rajesh, you did very well. And now let's move to the next TTM question. So I would like to invite TM Rajesh. Yeah. Are you
Thank you,
ready?
Toastmaster Suraj. Yes.
Are you ready? Like so.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So your topic is a Bollywood role you could have played.
Bollywood role which I could have played.
Yeah.
Wrong person to ask the question. Who, but so no problem. Bollywood role which I could have played. Hmm. Actually, nothing comes to mind at this point of time. You can give me a role, I'll say what I have my thoughts about it. At this point, if I would have played lately, I would have said that I would have loved to play Pushpa because I loved it, the movie, because only because his beard is like that every time. That is the main dialogue. And as you said, Pushpa, I hate tears. It is my second favorite dialogue after Bazigar, though I really don't fit the personality of Pushpa at all. I think I am 0% Pushpa, but I want to play 100% Pushpa. Even I don't have the beard right now for the same. As such, in Bollywood movies, Pushpa was a character who came from humble beginnings and went on to conquer a large mafia for what sandalwood trade. Now, sandalwood, I was not aware that it was such a big deal in South India. But now, after watching that movie and eagerly waiting for the second part, I'm saying that that is the role I would have loved to play, but I'm not at all fit for playing it. Thank you so much, Toastmaster.
Absolutely, TM Rajesh. Yeah, you're absolutely wrong. So now who wants to be part of the next TTM question? Okay. So TM Seema. So your table topic is like let's say one change you would like to see in the Bollywood movies.
I feel there is so much of hidden corruption which is going in the Bollywood that needs to be exposed. Until unless that is exposed, things will not change. Because what our new generation is learning from the Bollywood movies. Things needs to change. The mindset of the people need to change. There are so many people who are going from small villages to Bollywood because they see what is happening in the movie, what is being shown in the movie. They get so, I would say, they get so crazy about what's happening. It's not a cup of tea for them. Maybe they could have done better staying in their own city, their own hometown. But they are exposed to different kinds of things. I think systems needs to change right from the Bollywood because many people, they're seeing the Bollywood actors and actresses as leaders. Leaders needs to act more responsibly, not in a fashion they just to create money. Money is not everything. They need to be leaders, leaders which can create values, which can leave some legacy for future generations. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely right, TMC. You did really. You said very well. Now who wants to be part of the next PTM topic? Okay. So I think I would like to invite TM Moy. Like if Bollywood makes a biography on your life, who do you think should play your role?
If Bollywood makes biography on my life, okay, let me think little about them. Okay. If a movie is based on me, then I think that yes. Sorry.
You can
Okay.
think of Sanjay
Okay.
Dutt.
No. Okay.
Ranbir Kapoor.
Yeah. Okay. So if Bollywood makes a movie on me, then I think Nawazuddin Siddiqui play a good character for me. He's funny, charming, and the way he express his thoughts is is very concise, and we all can relate to it. He said sometimes he positively relate with us and so we have seen Nawazuddin Siddiqui played a different kind of role. He can play in a good manner, or he can be a villain, and also if he is a villain, then he plays it in a cool way that most of the people like it. And he has good acting skills. So I would like to assume that if a movie is based on me, then Nawazuddin Siddiqui would be a good fit for that movie. Thank you.
Okay, so TM Moy, you did very well. You want to be play role of Nawazuddin Siddiqui, right? That's you said. So basically, you want to be part of real cinema. Yeah, I completely agree with you. Now move on to the next table topic, and I would like to invite TM Ritesh. Are you excited? Are you ready?
Yes,
Toastmaster Suraj, it should be last.
Yeah. So
Reading the time limit.
Yeah, an actor in Bollywood that you think is underrated.
Okay. So, I love that actor very much. Which is now no more in this world. Sushant Singh Rajput. At the starting of he has done brilliantly acting at the starting the Kai Poche movie. The recent at the end he has done the Chichore movie. So I totally believe. If he was alive today, then he should be the uh, underrated actor in today's time. But he has brilliancy of acting. He has brilliancy on every field in education also at every field. So I'll totally believe that he is an underrated actor. So yes, over to you, Suraj.
Yeah, you said absolutely right. Like when I saw Kai Pocho movie when I was in the college, like yeah, I was totally amazed with acting skills of Rajkumar Rao, Sushant Singh Rajput, and there is another actor that I don't know exactly what his name, but like yeah, I really loved the movie and the story, all that thing. Yeah. So okay, so that's all from my side. Over to Timor.
Well, thank you so much, TTM Suraj, for that fantastic session. So now quickly winding up my session as well with some quick facts about Bollywood and Indian movies. First of all, Mr. Amjad Khan was initially considered to be being dropped from the role of Gabbar because the writers of the movie felt that his voice was not strong enough to play the bad character. Secondly, the very epic Mughal Azam was actually a trilingual film, which was eventually shot in Hindi, Tamil, and English simultaneously. Though I didn't get a chance to see the English version or the Tamil version of the movie, but that was a trilingual movie. Another interesting fact is that actress Wahida Rahman has actually played the love interest as well as the mother of Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. So she played his love interest in 1976 movie Adalat, and she played his mother in the movie Trishul in 1978. Another fact is that Dimple Kapadia was only 16 years old when she made her Bollywood debut with Bobby, and in the same year she married Mr. Rajesh Khanna, and then eventually took sabbatical from the movies and came back to the movies in late 80s. And yeah, I think that's all from my side for today. I want to hand over the stage to our president of the club, Toastmaster Himani. Please. Oh, before that, I think I should call the general evaluator, correct? So let's move on to the general evaluation section. I want to call upon the general evaluator, TM Priyanka, onto the stage. General evaluator, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for the wonderful theme. Good evening again. Before I start with my evaluation, let me call upon the stage our first speech evaluator, TM Himani Singh, to share her report. Over to you, Toastmaster Himani.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priyanka. So, Dawn, Toastmaster Rajesh की speech evaluate मुश्किल ही नहीं नामुमकिन है क्योंकि डॉन की स्पीच को 12 मुल्कों के टोस्टमास्टर्स मेंटोर करते हैं. So this was on a lighter note. Let me start with the commentations first. Toastmaster Rajesh delivered the speech with full voice clarity. Kudos to you, Toastmaster today, Rajesh. You started the speech with a smile. So have that smile throughout the speech. In between, you asked a question. Asking a question engages the audience. So do ask the questions during the speech. It actually engaged the audience when you asked about the sacrifice. Fourth point started, you also added your personal experience that you had the addiction of video games. So that was a good part. Now, let me have the recommendations from my side. I observed that Toastmaster Rajesh has it seemed as if he was reading the speech. So that was my observation. And if so, how can he overcome that particular part? He can practice it very well. So rehearse it very well. Do not read it. It should not look like as if you're reading a newspaper. It should have the voice modulations and it should have the pauses as well. So that was missing in the speech today. Coming to the impact on the speech. How can you show the impact about your addictions? Just quantify, share personal anecdotes. When you shared that you have wasted your time on video games, show that impact, quantify it, or share some personal experience so that audience feels some interest, some engagement, and feels the gravity in them. Yes, that was the addiction that he should leave, he should sacrifice. In the conclusion, there was no call to action, so it should have been done. What are the measures that can be taken to avoid the addictions? So that was one part. Having said that, it takes a lot of courage to come on stage and deliver a full-fledged speech. So kudos to you. Please work on all the recommendations part. You spoke with full clarity. Whenever Toastmaster Rajesh smiled during the speech, so it actually sparked the complete virtual platform. So kudos to you, Toastmaster Rajesh, and all the very best for your next speech.
Thank you, TM Himani, for such a wonderful evaluation. Now, I would like to call upon the stage our second speech evaluator, TM Adesh, for evaluating and sharing his report. Over to you, TM Adesh.
Thank you, General Evaluator Priyanka. First of all, Mogambo Khush hua. So, actually, for Toastmasters Seema's speech, it was excellent in many aspects, being that it was informative, concise, and organized. Toastmaster Seema relayed the struggles and challenges of women entrepreneurs as well as engaged the audience during the speech. It also reflected her own personal style of communication, which is to narrate experiences and even gain empathy of the audience, especially the female audience. When she said that, raise your hands, the female audience who relate with her. So that was a very good part on audience awareness in her speech. Clarity and topic chosen are the strong points. So a very big high five to Toastmaster Seema for the same. Now coming on to a little bit of the things which she can work upon. First of all is voice modulation, including voice variety. It is always the same tone, which is fresh and jolly, but for some serious impact statements, that type of tone doesn't work. So you need to change it as well as your expressions. As I felt that the expressions were same during the entire speech. And it also felt that at some points that you were reading content. And reading content means that the speech was not rehearsed properly. I would say that a little bit more practice in front of the mirror would have done a lot better and made a more impactful speech in the end. Also, I would like to say that to challenge yourself next time, you should use some kind of presentation tools. When you're talking about statistics in your start of your speech, consensus, etc., why not here you share a slide of the statistics and engage the audience at that point. Also, there was one point in the speech where I felt that the audience had lost touch. When you were relaying a lot of facts, but the audience could not comprehend it because you were fast paced. You should slow down your pace and give appropriate pauses and then move ahead to the next part. That's all from my side. A big kudos to you for completing your project. And I hope that you give your other speeches as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, TM Adesh, for your wonderful speech evaluation. Now, Tech Master, please launch the poll. So we have received best stable topic speaker. Okay, fine. Tech Master, please launch the poll for the best evaluator.
Yes, just one.
Is it? Do you need time?
Yeah, we can move to the next section. I'll launch
Okay,
it.
okay, fine. So let's call upon the stage tag team before I give my evaluation on the speech evaluators. So, Grammarian, please share your report. TM.
Thank you, General Evaluator. It was a pleasure to listen to all of your speeches. I made some notes all about some improper use of grammar, while some good use of some words and speech. So first, coming on to the some improper use. So there is a common mistake which we were all making, and this is relating to the if I were, then I would. This is a common problem in, so this is a special case when we use I if I were. So in this imaginary situation, if I were, we will use were, we will not use was, and then I would, we will use I would, not will. So this is a common mistake where some of you, some of the speakers were making this. Other than that, actually saying when we are referring to something, then our Toastmaster of the Manan was using the word actually too much about in everything. So try to use limit to that one. So that is also something we can work on. There's other things which I will report in my mention. And the good one, good list, good thoughts or words will be used by our club president Himani Singh, which said break a leg, or TM Bhavesh, which said no stone untouched, which are really used phrasal verbs for that. Thank you, General Evaluator. Back to you.
Thank you, Grammarian, for such a nice report. Now, TM Ritesh, are you ready to launch the poll, or shall we go ahead? Okay, so let's call upon the stage our counter of the day to present his report.
Yes, thank you, General Evaluator. So we have a very good number of people which has taken less pauses, but uh, some of the people were having some filler words and the R and the counting. So TM Rajesh has said R one time, and there were two pauses. TM Suraj has taken a word as two times and small pauses for 4 to 5 times. And uh, that's myself, TM Ritesh Agarwal has taken small pauses too many times, and there were many filler words. So this will be my report. I'll present the report at the WhatsApp. I'm not able to collect it at this time. So back to the general.
Thank you, TM Ritesh, for your report. Now, let's call upon the stage again TM Ritesh, as he was working as a timer.
Excuse me,
TM Veena.
Sorry. Actually, I have noted the time, couldn't note down the prepared speech time. Otherwise, I have noted. If you want, I can give the report.
Okay. So, TM Veena, please share your report.
Thank you. Today, I have noted down the time of the table topic speakers. The table topic speakers were Priyanka. Priyanka took 1 minute and 38 second time. Bhavesh and Rajesh took 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Adesh took 1 minute and 29 seconds. Mohit took 1 minute and 33 seconds. Ritesh took 57 seconds. And for evaluation, Himani took 2 minutes and 49 seconds. Adesh took 2 minutes and 24 seconds. Gamarian Mohit took 1 minute and 38 seconds. And our counter Ritesh took 47 seconds. 47 seconds. And so I am sorry I couldn't note down the time. Actually, my timer had gone somewhere. So I managed with the phone. So I'm sorry to to do like that. I had no other option. Anyway, over to GE, Bianca Verma.
Thank you, TM Veena, for your report. So, TM Ritesh, you have noted down for the prepared speeches.
Yes, yes. So
Please share the timing.
for the prepared speeches, Rajesh took around 6 minutes, and for the prepared speeches of Seema, she took around 5 minutes and 38 seconds. So that's all.
Thank you, TM Ritesh, for presenting timer report as well. So, are we ready with the launching the poll for the speech evaluator?
Yes, I'll launch
Okay.
solution rules.
Thank you everyone for sharing your reports. So let's start with my evaluation. First of all, I would like to congratulate each one of you for making the room full of energy. And start with the first speech evaluator, TN Himani Singh. She has used a Hindi quote from the speech, which was a good point and which impacts on the speaker as well as on the audience. So good job. You use CRC approach. I like the feedback. However, if you practice content type evaluation, then during the club meeting, it may help. I feel the recommendation was given on the voice modulation. Then please give the example to the speaker so he will be well prepared how he or she can modulate his voice. And I have a few tips and I will share with all of you later on. How you can modulate your voice. So I feel you should give the voice modulation example so the person know how he can play that. Otherwise, it was a good evaluation. Secondly, we have a second speech evaluator, TM Adesh. I think yeah. I liked the way he had presented his report. It was a genius analysis and feedback. Indeed, excellent speech as an evaluator who did justice with the speaker. Included the example of the speech. You have given the recommendation on voice modulation again and on the pitch as well. But again, I feel the examples were not given to the speaker, so he or she will not able to understand how he or she can modulate their voices. So I think you can work upon that. So examples should be the part of your evaluation. Otherwise, the evaluation was very specific and I like the way you have nailed it. After speech evaluator, there was a tag team, and I feel there are lots of technical issues during the meeting and at the initial part of the meeting. So I feel everyone please check your voice and video checking before starting of the meeting. So we will be well equipped for the network glitches and technical issues. So let me start with our grammarian. As a debutant grammarian, he nailed the role. It was a fabulous job he had done today. And he had given us the fantastic word of the day, but no one has used that word, brobeat. So we should practice more to use the word of the day in our meeting time. And I have just a small recommendation for the grammarian. Try to use the PPT for presenting your report. And after PPT, you will see the people will feel more people can relate themselves more, and the good usage and bad usage also be presented to everyone so they can note down later on. So It's best if you use the PPT in your report. Then our counter report was briefly described, but if you shared it on Excel, then it will be more useful that you used to do in our club meetings, and audience can relate them. And I feel you done the great job. You did the timer role as well as the accounter role simultaneously. Timer has presented his report very well, but again, no timer card was shown on the screen. So be prepared for the red, green, and yellow card so everyone can see the card on the screen and be on time. So you have already launched the role for best auxiliary role player. Now let's start with the star role. The meeting was on time. I love the way Sa opened with the meeting with a great energy and introduced the club and Toastmaster with enthusiastic mission statement, do's and don'ts. And I like the way the president opened the meeting with a song of आने वाला पल जाने वाला है. She also acknowledged all the Toastmaster and introduced and make us aware about the important announcements. His role was full of interaction with each and every member of the club, and I feel the warmth and energy. I love the enthusiasm and positive energy of all the club members today in today's meeting. Now let's talk about the teamwork. We have an exuberant teamwork today. I feel he instills positive vibes in each interaction. I like the theme he brought today. Room is not only filled with giggles of the favorite dialogues of our Bollywood, but make them familiar about the history of Indian cinema. He also introduced the silent role player, and it was really wonderful to arrange the timer in between the meeting. About their role, I love the way he played the role as a teammate. I feel he was flawless and his way of presenting was soothing and interactive. I feel while delivering your role, you close your eyes sometimes and unable to see camera sometimes. If you can avoid that, then your role will be more impactful. Congratulations, Timot, for the fabulous job. Now let's talk about our debutant TTM, TM Suraj. He had played his role very well, but as a debutant role, so he was not aware about the guidelines. So better prepare next time regarding the Hindi lines and then translating the Hindi lines into English. It's not a rule for the Toastmaster topics, table topic masters topic. Then we have the table topic master, and he made the people later on. He had given us the role, and that's the best part that he was playing his role first time, and he was well prepared with the topics as well. So people were as think as it was related to Bollywood. I love the way how he has introduced the role of TTM and how he announces the topics. And one more suggestion, you praised few speakers, but I feel if you praise everyone, then definitely it will add a flavor to the audience. I love the meeting. All the performance were congenial, and definitely there are a lot to take for this meeting. As it's Bollywood, I am not a Bollywood person. After a marriage, maybe I started to watch few movies, but I didn't have much knowledge about Bollywood. So thanks to Timot for uh, increasing or enhancing on the Bollywood. Let me hand over the stage our most cheerful president of the our club, TN Himani Singh. Over to you, TN Himani.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priyanka. Can we have a huge round of applause for everyone? Yay. Thank you, Toastmaster Priyanka, for your detailed evaluation. We loved it. I hope the polls are launched for every category. Toastmaster Ritesh, can you just confirm?
We have just one vote left for the best role player. So I'll be watching it just now.
Okay. In the meantime, can we have the feedbacks from everyone? What was good? Where could we have improved upon? So, yeah, you can share your feedbacks. I think we should start with Toastmaster Seema. Toastmaster Seema, you are on mute. We'll have quickly, we will just
I think
have the
everything
feedback.
was in place. Everything was in place. And I think gradually we all are learning. And it's a good platform, I would say. Every day we are learning from each other. I like Manan's role. And I also felt that TM Adesh has given me justice to his role and given all the good and points which needs improvement. So these two things I really like. TM Priyanka, she has given. I would not like to go one by one. I think it was fabulous meeting, I would say.
Thank you, Toastmaster Seema. Anyone wants to share? Anyone else? Okay, so I would like to share one thing. In the next meeting, we are planning to have one session either on table topic module, educational module, basically, either on table topics or evaluation. So I would like to have your raise of hand, like what is your interest level, which part you would like to be conducted in the meeting. So anyone for table topic, you can raise of hand, table topic module. 1, 2. We have 2 for evaluation module.
I'm also there for table topic.
Okay, for evaluation module, who all are there? Priyanka is there, Adesh, Rajesh, Mohit. 1, 2, 3. So it's a tie. Come on, guys, break the tie. Can we have the polls, please, for this, Ritesh? I think we have prepared it, right?
Just for 1 minute, I'll be launching it.
Yeah, please. Table topics or evaluation module? Which one you would like to have first? So Toastmaster Ritesh, do tell me the results, please.
Yes, just for 1 minute, I'll be launching it.
So in the meantime, let's have the award section. Best table topic speaker. So come on, all of you can unmute yourself now and we can have wild guesses. Award for best table topic speaker. Come on, guys. At least some nomination. Who has spoken? Rajesh.
Bhavesh and Rajesh. Toastmaster Bhavesh and Rajesh, I think.
Toastmaster Seema.
Okay. So award for best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Adesh. Huge congratulations.
Really?
I think you're going to
Really?
make a hat trick. Yeah. I think you're going to make a hat trick if you win next session. Okay. Award for best speaker. We have Toastmaster Rajesh. We have Toastmaster Seema.
Tough call.
All right. So award for best speaker
TM
goes
Seema.
to our very ever smiling face, Toastmaster Seema. Many, many congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Now we have best evaluator. Toastmaster Himani or Toastmaster Adesh?
I said Toastmaster Himani.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Toastmaster Iman.
What is Toastmaster Adesh? All right, so award for best evaluator goes to very well deserved Toastmaster Adesh.
Don't tell me I won 2 today.
Yes, you have won 2 today. Very well deserved. Award for best auxiliary role player. We have timer, a counter, and grammarian. So who wins?
Counter?
Yes. So, award for best auxiliary role player goes to our very own Toastmaster Ritesh. Yay! Huge congratulations, Ritesh. All right. So, best role player award. I think it can be announced by Toastmaster Ritesh.
None other than
Toastmaster Ritesh, please announce the winner.
Yes, so we have best role player today, Toastmaster Manan, who has accidentally gone through the Bollywood journey
Yay!
and taken us the Bollywood.
Who has walked us through the Bollywood, the Bollywood Bonanza. Thank you for that, Toastmaster Manan. Okay, so have we got the result for our special poll, table topic or evaluation?
Yes, Himani. It was for 7 votes, 4 votes for the table topics, and 3 votes for the evaluation section.
Okay. 3 votes for evaluation. All right. So first we are going to have how to ace table topic session. Okay. And then we can have the evaluation module. So thank you for the information. Okay. So let me thank you for your wonderful participation. Let me wrap up the meeting with one Bollywood dialogue, one last Bollywood dialogue. जियो, खुश रहो, मुस्कुराओ, क्या पता कल हो ना हो, कल हो ना हो. Live, laugh, be happy. Nobody knows what will happen next. So, thank you for everyone. Thank you for your wonderful participation. And let's wrap up the session with our signature slogan. So, on count of 3, we'll recite it, okay? 3, 2, 1. In Weave to Lead, leaders don't stop
Until they are on
the
top.
top. So, Toastmaster Adesh, this is for you. Since you are new, and Toastmaster Mohit, I think he's left. In Weave to Lead, leaders don't stop until they are on the top. So this is our signature slogan. So next time, maybe you can recite it.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Great weekend.
Congratulations to
Bye-bye.
all the winners.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you.